self-deprecating humor, a concept people love to utilize for comedic purposes, especially online. What is self-deprecating humor? For those of you who don't know, it's a style of comedy where you put yourself down. Here are some examples. Ow, I hit my fat ass on the desk. I always thought you looked like Snow White. I always thought I looked like the old hag, but okay. Tag yourself, I'm obviously the stinky garbage man. It's great, right? If you make yourself the butt of the joke, no one can get hurt. Or can they? That's what we'd like to talk about today. When you bag on yourself for having a specific feature, how are other people with that feature supposed to feel? God, I am so short. That's probably why nobody will date me. I look like a fucking baby. You know, I'm shorter than you are. Is that bad? Is that why I can't get a date? 5 inches. Will anyone ever love me? That's probably why I've never had a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Yeah, that must suck. It's easy to think that we're the only ones who look this way, or the only ones who have to deal with the things we do, but we have more in common with people than what we consider. When you make fun of yourself for having a certain characteristic, you're making fun of everyone who has that characteristic. Your self-deprecating joke is now about several selves. A common example of this is people talking about their glow-ups, which is why we're personally not fans of the term. People will post a picture of their current self next to a picture of their teenage self, and proceed to bag on their past self for having acne, or braces, or pudge, or for not being very good at makeup yet, or whatever it is. How are people who currently have those features supposed to feel, like present-day teens, or people who haven't grown out of those characteristics? Oh my gosh, you guys, look at this picture of me from junior high. I still had my old glasses. Ew, thank God for contacts. Am I right? So Gee, thanks. By the way, making fun of our past selves for having these features only helps cultivate a society that normalizes making fun of them and therefore being insecure about them. Don't get us wrong, we should definitely celebrate growth, especially mental growth, but when it comes to physical appearance, you can compliment the way someone looks now without shaming the way they used to look. I know we're all guilty of doing this, but you should be able to compliment your friend's new haircut without saying it looks so much better than their old style. You don't have to make something seem bad to make something else seem good. Just say that it's good. Something else to think about with self-deprecating humor? Consider your audience, whether it's a few friends or millions of followers. People who like you don't want to hear you talk badly about yourself. It's like reading a hate comment about your favorite YouTuber, or seeing a negative review for a film that you love, or watching someone bully your best friend. It doesn't feel good. Ew, that is such a bad picture of me. My nose looks huge, my hair looks like a rat's nest, you can see my acne. I don't know what my eyes are doing. What's wrong? You're fucking beautiful. The only thing worse than knowing that someone thinks your friend is ugly is knowing that your friend thinks they're ugly. For all the reasons that you think make them beautiful. Why do we use that for humor? It's not funny, it's sad. You know who else gets hurt when you make a self-deprecating joke? You do. You get hurt. When you make these jokes, you might be thinking, it's okay guys, I consented to being the butt of the joke, don't worry, I can take it. But you don't have to take it. This isn't a sacrificial situation where you volunteered to get hit with a stone so no one else would have to. You threw the stone, and you didn't have to. You could have just left it on the ground and no one would have gotten hurt. When you think about it, there's a hypocrisy with self-deprecating jokes. Think about the jokes you make about yourself. If you were to say that exact same thing to someone else, or they were to say it to you, that would not be okay. That would be considered bullying. Even if it is coming from you, you're still being subjected to hurtful, negative language about yourself. That can't be good. You don't have to put yourself through that. The way you talk about yourself affects your mental health, so when you're constantly using negative self-talk, that can't be good for your brain. Weren't you wearing that shirt yesterday? Yes, because I am literal garbage. Huh. Apparently the blobfish was named the world's ugliest animal. Ha! Relate! A lot of people say that self-deprecating humor is a coping mechanism to help them deal with their insecurities, and that's true, it is a coping mechanism, but is it a healthy coping mechanism? We can't help but wonder if joking about insecurities is stalling people from actually confronting them, dealing with them, and accepting those parts of themselves. It's okay to have insecurities, and it's okay to talk about those insecurities, but remember that when you make jokes about them, the meaning isn't always clear. clear. Usually when someone makes a self-deprecating joke, what they mean is, I don't like this thing about myself, but it tends to come across as, I don't like this thing. Remember, the thing they don't like about themselves isn't the problem. Their problem with the thing is the problem. If you're around someone who constantly makes self-deprecating jokes about a feature that you have, whether it's a friend, a crush, or someone you follow online, know that that feature is probably just something they're insecure about themselves, and that they probably wouldn't even recognize it as a flaw in someone else. And even if they did, know that that's their own problem. You don't have to live up to anyone else's standards, and we hope you know that. If someone's self-deprecating jokes are making you feel bad about yourself, it's okay to distance yourself from them or unfollow them if that's what's best for your mental health. Or you can talk to them about it if you want. Maybe send them this video. We'll talk to them for you. Well, there we go. Those are some of our thoughts on self-deprecating humor. We hope this video doesn't come across as too preachy or anything. We love a bit of self-deprecating humor. This is just something we've been thinking about and wanted to share with you. If you agree or disagree with anything we said in this video, or if you have more to add to the conversation, be sure to let us know in the comments. We challenge you to say one nice thing about you aloud to yourself today, even if you don't mean it. If insulting yourself can be a joke, complimenting yourself can be a joke, and your brain would be happy to hear it. Please give this video a thumbs up down below if you enjoyed it, and if you're new to this channel, then you can subscribe and turn on our post notifications. Thanks so much if you already have. And you can check us out on social media if you want to keep up with us and our shenanigans. And we do have a Patreon if you want to check that out and see how you can support these videos. Thank you so much for watching, you beautiful and majestic individual. We hope you're doing well and staying safe, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!